podcast.
Nope,
tip.
of the episode.
Episode 2.
We name them afterwards, dude.
Yeah,
we don't know what we're talking about yet.
What, dude? Okay, whatever, man. Switch
Episode
up on the
2, week
fans,
2.
whatever.
On a
Dude,
2-week streak.
this isn't like a show intro, Teagen. This is a podcast, bro.
Bro, you fucked up my intro, bro.
Sorry, Teagen was being quite disrespectful. I had to put him in his place.
We should should we all I guess intro again?
What? Not
or just like say who's here.
I'm Raven. I am the god of this realm.
You already used that bit.
No, I didn't.
Dude, did you even listen to the podcast? Okay.
No.
What?
Did I already use that bit?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Alright, next, I'm Teagen. I'm the squire.
This.
I'm Pierce. I'm the jester.
Ooh,
Hi, I'm Adam. I'm the mage build.
I thought you were the knight, like the simp, the white knight simp.
Fuck you, I ain't a simp.
I prefer a nice rogue build myself, but
I don't care how manly
I'm
you are.
more of a ranger. You know, kiting people around and just killing them and then making them rage quit.
well, that's actually just incorrect. But nice
What?
try.
What do you mean that's what?
I
What do you
respect
mean
the
that's
effort.
incorrect?
The rogue build is better. It's objectively
I never said
better.
it was better. I never said the ranger was better. I just said I liked it.
Yeah, well,
Someone
that's
hasn't beaten Run with a Mad God.
You have.
You're right.
I don't even know what the fuck that
I
is.
haven't even played it.
I didn't even know what that game was until just now.
For real?
Nice.
Realm of the Mad God is a classic. I think.
Is it on Steam?
Oh, dude, it's everywhere. That game's been around since like 2000 and like
-1.
12.
2000
Realm of the
-1.
Mad God Exalt, free to play.
Yeah, it's really
It is.
good.
Okay,
It's
well,
free
I
to
mean,
play.
that's not. That's,
Well, okay, it's free, dude. It's better than like League.
which is also free.
That's not
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
a really
Well,
bad baseline.
I'm comparing it to like other free games, though. You know,
What about like
Valorant's free.
TF2?
TF2. It's probably better than TF2.
Okay, well, I mean,
I've never
as
played
someone who-
TF2.
Okay, you're not missing a whole lot, but
But you
Yeah,
should
it's
play
memories.
TF2.
I never said that.
It's
If you go
probably
back-
better than TF2. I'd say it's on par with RuneScape. I think it's two separate things.
Oh, but TF2 and that are the same.
Yeah, they are. No, but I mean, like,
I think he means game quality, not like genre. This game's free to play.
True.
oh, but Survive EO beats it out by far for sure.
Oh, for
Definitely.
sure. For
100%.
sure.
Wolf Quest.
Is Wolfquest free? I thought it was like $2.
What about like Fate? Is Fate free? Fate's free.
Is Wolf Quest free? Wolf Quest next
Among Us?
episode?
I'm
Among
doing some
Us should
research
be
right now.
free. Let's be honest. Among
Well,
Us
Well,
should
it
be
is
free.
if you're on mobile.
Yeah, but I spent $5 on that game. So.
I did too.
What, Wolfquest?
Yeah, you have to buy Wolf Quest.
Yeah.
Among Us. Among Us.
Can I just
Humongous.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm calling it now. Next Ultimate DLC character is the Among Us guy.
It's an imposter.
I mean, we did get Minecraft Steve.
So at this point, the
man.
floodgates are just open now.
do we
Oh,
want
Realm
to
of
talk
the
about
Mad
that?
God's better than Unturned. Than what
So let's
Minecraft?
talk
about
Okay,
Minecraft
okay.
Steve?
Let's chill with the
Oh, wait,
Do we
wait,
want
wait.
to talk about the
man.
Smash guy? Like the next
First
Smash?
off. You
Yep.
can get Wolf Quest
This
on
is really
Kindle.
random.
On your Kindle.
Oh, that's, I mean, same thing as reading. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We're just like super random, like right off the bat. We just
Mhm.
talk
What do you
shit
mean?
about free-to-play games without like a little intro to the section. Might be a little confusing.
I mean,
we
whatever.
don't need it. What did you say, Pierce? You said next Smash guy?
Yeah, who do you think's next? I mean, like you said, Steve is in Smash.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I think
Next
that
reveal should
there
be what?
actually is a
12?
chance that it's the imposter.
No.
Well, wasn't
No,
it?
no.
Wasn't it the 2 clocks or whatever?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be in December. December, like.
Isn't that what people were nutting about? Is it's like, oh, it's 2 clocks.
Yeah, what's the
Oh,
Hungry Box?
wait.
What's the Hungry
Did you
Box
guys-
tweet? I'll take a look.
Did
Yeah.
you guys? Adam heard what I was saying, but I don't know if you guys were there. I was saying it actually might be a JoJo character.
It's not
It
going
is
to be.
not a JoJo
Dude,
character.
it
Okay,
fucking
here's
could
the
be,
thing
man.
though. If they're gonna
Everything
make the
goes fine.
first,
I don't watch it, but
okay. If they're gonna make the first,
12:15. That'll be the reveal.
if they're gonna make the first TV show character, it's not gonna be like JoJo. Like they're gonna make it like Goku or something.
No, it's
I'll
gonna
be
be like
pissed
it's
off.
gonna be
what?
Chowder.
It
It's
I-
100%
I
gonna
would
be
Better be
Chowder.
Chowder.
I would think Chowder over Goku.
I don't. It's Japan.
Mm-hmm.
They hate
but
Chowder over there.
Dude,
They are
are-
on the
they
chowder
love
way.
Chowder, dude.
Have you heard they have the Sham Wowder? It's like Sham Wow, but the shape of chowder.
That can't
That's
be
a
real.
lie. That's a lie.
Do you get a picture? Can you link that?
No, I wish they
Yeah.
had it though. It's an idea I came up with. That's the next big business. I'm
I
gonna
see.
start it, and I'm gonna become the next Jeff Bezos.
Okay, so my Shark Tank is
we
is
Shark
Rebecca
Tank?
Heathens and
Fuck.
Adams is the Sham Wowder. Oh, but next Smash character.
Next Smash. Are we
Um,
talking about the
Maiko
one
from
with the
Honey
clocks or the one after the clocks?
The clocks,
see.
because that one hasn't been revealed yet.
Yeah,
I honestly, is it just a picture or is it a video of clocks? 'Cause I
picture
haven't
that
seen
Sakurai.
It's a
either.
picture of
tweeted
two
out.
clocks, yeah. And I think the Steve patch came out. I think the Steve patch one was correct, right?
What do you mean?
Like because there was two clocks, and one of them was the patch for Steve, and then the other one is assumed to be the reveal for the next character.
Maybe, dude. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think the patch one
I
was
read
correct
it.
though, right?
I don't know. I'm not paying attention to Sakurai's Twitter. I don't follow him.
No, I saw like other people. I
I
mean,
follow him
follow
in person.
he
doesn't
really likes
know about
coffee
it,
shop.
but
There's just one coffee shop he really likes.
there's a boba tea.
I might have said it before, but what's the JRPG about time?
It's a thing.
Chrono Trigger.
Where Chrono Trigger, yep. I think it might be that.
I'd be so down for it to be Chrono Trigger. Holy shit!
Oh, what if it's Ratchet and Clank? Because their new game,
no.
it's about time.
It is.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I
New
hope it's
Crash
Ratchet
game
and
just
Clank.
came out.
I think Chrono Trigger, in my opinion, I'm going for Chrono Trigger just because didn't they just have like remasters this year for Chrono Trigger?
Wouldn't that just look kind of like
think.
Hero though? Like character wise, like
What? No.
animation wise?
Not really. Chrono Trigger's like big red hair. It's like Goku red hair.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
know
So
what
I
it looks
guess.
like. I'm saying
Because yeah, Hero does have the Goku one where it's just Goku.
Yeah.
It might, but like also like you do have the 12 Fire Emblem characters that all look
Oh,
the same.
he already
And
knows.
play pretty similar.
Marth is Roy with red hair. Chrom is just Marth.
It's just
Yeah.
Marth with
Yeah,
Marth with
one
like recovery.
different ability. Yeah.
Marth with no sleeves.
Yeah, like they're all just kind of the same. So I could see it being Chrono Trigger. I think
And-
Ratchet and Clank might be a good one though.
Was it Lucina?
They're
Okay,
representing
Lucina's
Chrono
actually
Trigger.
unique though. to
That's
me.
just Marth with
my bad.
no tits.
With no
Dude, that's
Okay.
messed up.
Sorry, dude. Sorry, bro. I didn't mean to do your girl like that.
That's my wife.
That's my wife.
That's
Borat
about
too.
it.
I wish we could talk about
Bad.
Borat too, but I haven't seen it yet.
Dude,
I've
I
seen
haven't
like the
seen
first 20
Borat.
minutes.
I have no
Don't watch it
idea.
when I'm in town.
Wait. So
What,
Adam,
Borat?
who did you think the character was?
Me?
Yeah.
I said
You said
Ratchet and Clank.
Okay.
I think that
Crash.
might be a good guess. Ratchet and Clank for Switch then too.
I'll say Crash, just because the new Crash game just came out.
If it's Crash, I'm never
I
touching that
guess-
game again.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Crash Bandicoot. Like I
Okay,
hate him more than
come
I
on,
hate Stuart
hey,
Little.
Okay. All right.
I was watching Corona play the
Okay.
new Crash today.
Adam's gonna make a like a
Dude,
copy
yeah.
pasta where it's like the Stuart Little but about Crash Bandicoot.
The Stuart Little
Crash
copy pasta is the
Bandicoot.
funniest shit.
Is the
It's the
homie.
it's the only copy pasta I like because it's the only one
The
that
only
like matches my feelings.
It's
Because
the
I
only one
hate
that's
Stuart
actually
Little.
funny.
Adam,
And I'll stab.
what?
I hate Stuart Little. Fuck Stuart Little.
Do you even know who Stuart Little is? I mean, you
It's the
just watched
fucking
Real
rat.
Steel
It's-
for the
it's-
first
I'm eating
time
right off the
today.
Stuart.
What is
How do you
Real
know that?
Real Steel? Is that
Did you
the
see what's
boxing
happening?
one?
Yeah, the robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the robot
I've
boxing.
never seen that movie.
No
watched it for the
way,
first
dude.
time.
It's been out for since like 2012.
Should we talk about the
11.
Stuart Little copy pasta for
I don't
people that
care.
don't
It's
know?
fine.
No.
Dude, everybody knows the Stuart Little
Yeah,
copy.
I gotta
pasta.
say this
Come on.
about Real Steel. I think they should remake it because that movie takes place in the year 2020, which it's not accurate at all. I don't see any robot boxers, but they need to remake
True.
it. And
And
instead of
set
Hugh
it in
Jackman,
2022.
no, yeah, instead
Yeah.
of Hugh Jackman, they get George Lucas and they make it a comedy.
Awful.
That's
Just, it's
ultimate-
already a comedy. It's already a
Number
comedy
one
coming of age.
Box office hit. Like it's gonna break out Star
You
Wars
know
and
how old George Lopez is?
Avengers.
That dude's ancient. He's not even funny anymore.
How old is George Lopez?
Exactly, that's the funny part. It's a
Look, have
comedy
you seen-
movie with George
have-
Lopez.
Dude,
Have you seen
George
his new
Lopez
stand-up?
How
I
old is
have
George
not.
Lopez's daughter? Is one of the Google
60
searches.
years old.
He's 59.
No, his new stand-up is just sad. It's like watching an old man like go, like his
Cry.
brain's deteriorating,
Oh,
and he's like trying to be funny, and it just doesn't work. And it's like, poor guy.
Isn't he like fat now?
You mean Adam Sandler?
That's kind of it
Okay.
too.
Adam Sandler wants to make a movie like Avengers, like where it's a big crossover, but with Adam Sandler characters.
That'd
So
be
like
the
you got
Oh, the
Billy
Adam
Madison,
Sandler verse. Yeah, the Adam Sandler
Happy
verse.
Gilmore, and then so my thing is like I don't like Adam Sandler. He's going to be carried off the Wedding Singer, Hotel Transylvania guy, and the guy from 50 First Dates. That I'm more
Uncut
excited
Gems.
for
Uncut
I'm more
Gems.
excited for the multiple Drew Barrymores that we get.
Dude, it's gonna be a Click.
Yeah,
Adam Sandler and Click, and that dude's OP. That's like the Thanos glove. Because he has-
Unironically, I thought Click
he
was
can
pretty.
just pause everything.
I unironically thought Click was pretty okay when I watched it when I
Click
was
is
like 12.
funny. Click is
I
a good movie.
Wait,
I
wait.
think Click is like really funny, and then it just gets like really dark out of nowhere, which I'm totally here
he's like
for.
he's like fat and divorced, and he's like crying in the middle of the road.
Yeah,
It's like,
dude.
dude, where did this come
The
from?
movie
I've
gets like
never seen this
existential out of
movie.
nowhere, dude. It's so good.
I have
No,
never
dude.
seen it.
Dude,
You'd like it.
what about Adam Sandler from Ridiculous 6?
I have never seen it, and I will not.
It's Adam Sandler
I've not.
Cowboy.
Has anybody ever
Wait,
seen that movie?
You seen you
Yeah.
know in bedtime stories where
It's a
Adam Sandler
parody.
like has like a bunch of different costumes for like all the dreams?
That movie
All
was
of
just
them
carried off of
crossover?
Russell Brand. Not gonna lie.
Who
What
was the
about
hot
Adam?
bitch in that
That's
movie?
not true. That's a good Adam Sandler movie.
I think
No, wait.
bedtime stories is one of his best movies.
I
Oh
liked
yeah.
it, but it has
What-
Russell
wait.
Brand in it too. I fucking love Russell Brand.
What
That's
about
the Katy
Long
Perry's
Hair, yeah.
like yeah.
Hold up. Since we're on the topic of Adam Sandler, can we name all the
Zod.
good Adam Sandler movies?
Wedding Singer.
yeah, I got you.
Bedtime
Wedding
stories.
Singer,
All the good ones are.
Ha 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 ha. Bedtime stories.
Damn, y'all file.
Bedtime Stories was good. 50 First Dates was good.
Yeah, I
Dude,
like
he was
50
in
First
both the
Dates.
Paul Blart movies. There you go.
Mhm.
That's good.
Grown Ups
Um,
1.
Both. Of
That
them,
was
right?
okay.
Yeah,
Grown
they're
Ups 2
alright.
He was in both of them, but I thought both of them were just okay.
What
Big
else?
Daddy was good.
That was a good one. That was a
Yep.
good one.
Daddy's pretty good.
Obviously, you have to talk about the
Zookeeper.
classic.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah,
Who's
Happy
in
Gilmore, and what's the
Zookeeper?
other
That's
one?
actually just
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Bill,
I think Happy
those are
Gilmore's
both
better than
good.
Billy Madison.
I
Hey,
don't like Billy
I
Madison.
I was
agree.
gonna say
I think
Adam
Billy
hates
Madison's,
Billy
like-
Madison.
I think it's good. It's just like
Hate
I don't
Billy
know.
Madison.
It's just not
The-
great.
The jokes really rely off of the fact that like it relies off the setup, but the jokes get really old
Yeah.
of the setup. It's like, oh,
Have you-
haha, he's retaking every grade.
What
Yeah.
about Pixels? I never saw
Pixels
it,
is
but is that
Pixels was like okay. At
It
best.
was okay.
Yeah, it's the best part of that is when the Pac-Man guy gets like killed by the Pac-Man creator gets like his hand bitten off by
Yeah,
Pac-Man.
by Pac-Man.
Mhm.
This isn't what I'm gonna say is a good Adam Sandler movie, but have you guys seen The Cobbler?
I have not.
what?
He works as a cobbler
Cobbler?
and he makes shoes. And it's magic. So people bring their shoes in, and then he can like put on their shoes, and then he becomes them for
Yeah,
like a
it's-
day or
No
something.
way.
It's like
No
really
way.
bad.
That sounds
Are you
terrible.
joking? That sounds
No,
amazing.
that's for real. That should be our that should be a Patreon only content. Is like we just sit here and watch The Cobbler.
For the next podcast, we have to watch every Adam Sandler movie.
No, that's
well,
Patreon
we made
only.
it
We
go
just watch
through.
The Cobbler.
What about the do-over? Isn't that considered good?
The do-over. I thought it
watched
was
The
okay.
Do-Over. It was okay. Yeah.
Oh, he just had a new
Yeah,
TV show come out.
Hubie's
Hubie
Halloween.
Halloween. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
I probably won't see it.
Pierce, remember when we watched Sandy Wexler at like 4
We
a.m.?
did. We were really tired too.
Sandy Wexler was like surprisingly okay.
I
Like it
can't
was way
believe that
better
movie
than I
was
thought it
okay.
was gonna be, but it was still okay. Like
I think that movie was better because we were really tired.
maybe. I just thought I don't know. Like I thought it had an interesting like story.
Sandy Wexler was really funny because it felt like just because of the voice Adam Sandler did throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, dude, is it Just Go With It? The one where he has like the ring in his thing so that he can act like he's married.
Oh, the one
That
where
one-
he actually is married to sleep with
Yeah.
girls. Yeah.
I think that
yeah.
one was okay. I liked that
Wait,
one.
did we watch that one together too?
Yeah, we did.
Mhm.
Most of the Adam Sandler movies I've seen were with you.
That's
To
right,
keep
because it
it-
was just like I think we watched like 2 of them in a night, right?
Yeah, we were.
That's right.
We were watching a ton of them.
Wait,
Have you
Adam
ever seen-
Sandler was in Joe Dirt.
He wasn't Joe Dirt.
Have you ever seen You Don't Mess with the Zohan?
No.
I haven't, but I've heard that it's
have.
alright.
It's
It's
alright.
actually not that bad. Did you guys like Uncut Gems if you've seen it?
I have
I
not.
have not seen it.
You guys seen Coneheads?
Not missing out on a lot.
Dude,
Coneheads is a
Coneheads,
classic.
I watched with my grandpa. That shit was so funny.
It's so good.
You guys seen Airheads?
What?
Yeah, have you seen Airheads? That's a good Adam Sandler movie.
I have not.
No.
God, I can't believe Coneheads is a
It's
real
best
movie.
to push
Holy
them
shit.
in.
Speaking of Coneheads, have you guys seen The Stupids?
I have not.
I
The
have
Stupids
not.
is pretty funny.
Oh wait. There was one thing about Uncut Gems that I will say was good, and that it's one of its co-stars was Lakeith Stanfield,
Uh-huh.
and that's like the only good part about the movie.
That dude's actually just genius.
Goated, one might
Yeah,
say.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
Oh,
Um,
Waterboy. Did we talk about Waterboy?
Oh yeah, Waterboy.
Never seen it.
Waterboy's
I've
pretty
never
good.
seen that
Waterboy?
movie.
Good movie.
Waterboy's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's like I think like out of like the old like the 90s Adam Sandler movies, that one's like
Oh my
underneath.
God.
Wedding Singer, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
he was in the long. I don't. What am I talking about? He was the main character of The Longest,
Longest
Yard.
Yard.
I love that
Holy
movie.
shit, that's right.
Oh
Jesus.
man.
I've never seen it because one time I played it on Netflix,
fell
and it was
asleep?
silent. No, like it was not
Oh.
like the audio wouldn't work. So I'm like, is this supposed to be a silent movie? So then I waited like 5 minutes, and then it just kept on going, and they were like talking, and it was still silent. And I'm like, okay, this is not how it's supposed to be. So I just turned it off and never watched it.
I would recommend. That's actually a good movie for 2005.
I think I no, I haven't seen
How many
it.
movies are
He's a
Paul
prison
Blart
football.
and Adam Sandler in?
Paul Blart, no,
Yeah, Paul
that's
Blart.
his name.
Kevin James.
No, I like Paul Blart is like his real name. I think that's
He's
better.
only known as Paul Blart.
He's in the Benchwarmers too.
He was in
Where
Benchwarmers.
is he in
Adam
the
Sandler?
Benchwarmers?
Adam
I
Sandler was in
don't know.
Benchwarmers.
I looked up Adam Sandler movies. It says
He
Benchwarmers.
was
Who was he in Benchwarmers?
a
He has to
Oh,
have
benchwarmer.
been-
he was a producer. he
Yeah.
produced the movie. No.
He has to be like some weird off character because he is not. No,
I
there's
thought
not even a
produced-
character under his name. It just says that
Yeah,
Adam Sandler appears somewhere in this movie.
Was
Produced
Benchwarmers
it.
good? I don't know.
Benchwarmers was funny.
I haven't seen the second one, but I thought the
The second
original
one
was
sucks.
good. The funniest scene is when they go into that like the midget's den.
Yeah.
He's at the castle.
Oh man.
That's the funniest shit.
I thought it was funny. And I think that's all you can like really expect out of a comedy movie. You don't need like some super in-depth storyline. Like it's supposed to be funny.
But I mean, we got Click.
Click is
You know,
so
You have
good, dude.
Click where it's just OP.
Not
Click
gonna
is
I don't know
lie,
why
Mhm.
Click is good.
Zoolander would have been 10 times better if it was Adam Sandler instead of Ben Stiller.
For
What
sure.
about what about the Zookeeper?
I've never seen that movie, but sure. The
Zoolander
Zookeeper, isn't
is
that the
so
one where
good.
Kevin James can talk to animals?
Yeah.
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 And he's a zookeeper.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, I thought that was funny. It's
Yo,
a funny
Owner
movie.
Paul Blart Mall Cop
Oh
talked to
no
him.
way! Adam Sandler's the monkey.
Sylvester
Yeah,
Stallone is
he is.
That's
isn't he?
right, he is.
Forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Sylvester Stallone.
Doesn't he take the
is
monkey
in
to like
it.
Arby's or some shit? Or
He takes the
TGIF.
gorilla to
The gorilla
TGI
to
Fridays.
Apple.
Yeah, it's TGIF. That's
I
right,
thought
that's
it was Apple. Oh, it was TGI.
But Adam
It
Sandler
was
wasn't the
TGI Fridays.
gorilla. Adam Sandler was the monkey, not the gorilla. Who was the gorilla?
Nick
What's the
Nolte.
gorilla's name?
It's like
Bernie.
Dude, you're not gonna believe.
What?
You're not gonna believe this.
who is
What?
it?
Who was it?
Joe Rogan was Gale in the movie.
Yeah,
The
Stephanie's
Zookeeper.
alpha male
can't believe that.
ex-boyfriend.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The
That's
I
dis-
saw
great.
that clip of Kanye on the Joe Rogan show recently. That shit's funny.
Wait, John Favreau? Is that how you say it?
Favreau.
He's in that movie.
Yeah, he's Jerome, the grizzly bear.
He is
John
Jerome.
Favreau.
Ken Jeong was in that movie.
Who is he? Venom.
Venom. Do you know that Spider-Man Zookeeper crossover where Venom comes in?
Remember that? That's pretty good.
And it's Ken Jeong, but he's like doing blackface.
No. No.
You can't. No, that's terrible.
Isn't there a picture of Ken Jeong doing blackface?
There definitely is.
Like that's a
From a
real
long
thing. I
time
can
ago,
recognize a picture of Ken Jeong doing blackface. Wasn't it? Isn't it in Community?
Yes.
Yeah,
It
'cause he
was the
dresses up.
Dungeons and
He
Dragons
dresses up
episode.
as the dark elf, and he comes in doing blackface.
They're like, whoa, what's
I
that?
just
What's
looked it up. I just looked it up. That's awful. That's like scary.
Dude, that's Venom and Zookeeper.
Venom and Zookeeper.
Oh man, that's
I can't believe there's a-
Huh.
No, get that off my screen, dude.
All right.
okay.
That's funny though.
So
That looks like
Okay,
Nightcrawler.
Please off of
off the topic of Ken Jeong blackface, how do you guys feel about 2K21 having unskippable ads in the loading screens?
No way.
No,
Yeah.
it does not.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
no.
Don't you
They
already
might
pay
have
like
patched
$60
it.
for that game?
Yeah, they might have patched it. 2K20 did it too, and they patched it out. But then in 21, I guess that they're doing it again or something.
Yeah, no, I searched it up. They're doing it.
Yeah,
Things are
That's really
going
interesting.
downhill,
it's like
man.
long unskippable ads.
That's terrible.
Which, personally, I think some advertisements in video games is fine. Like if I am playing Forza and I'm driving past a billboard and it's like Mountain
I was
Dew,
gonna
like
say
that's
stuff like that.
fine.
Like in like the skate games where like you'll see like the adverts in the background.
All the T-Mobile stuff, yeah, in Skate 3.
Mhm.
Like that stuff's fine. But if it's like this 2-minute long unskippable ad in my
Unskippable ad.
2K game, it's like what?
Yeah,
I think,
it's not even like advertisement on the side of the court. Like that'd be so much easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You could put
Well,
ads on the side of the court, but
They're
no,
trying
it's
to
just-
play it off as like realism, like, oh, you watch commercials in your sports games, so
Yeah, but not when you're playing
So
them.
funny.
right,
How
but
my
that's
God.
you're paying $60 for this product already.
yeah, and then you get to watch commercials in it.
About
No.
other products you should
It's
buy.
like Among
Now let
Us
me
on
start-
mobile.
Let me preface this point by saying I think Street Fighter V is not that good of a game. But I think they do something really good with ads, which is you have an option to turn on ads in your loading screens. Like when you're loading into a match, right? You can get like an advert or something,
Mhm.
but you'll get like in-game, like you'll get your in-game currency for it. But it's like
Yeah.
it's optional. Like I think that's a good implementation of ads.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's just cool to like be able to have. At that point, I'm like, I just turn them on as long as it's not disrupting it. Like I'm fine with ads
Yeah.
playing while the game's loading. Like
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
little
it's like-
crummy,
it
but it's
just
like
plays
whatever.
when
But
you're
if it's like if the game loads and then it's like, okay, now you get to finish this ad before you can play. It's like, are you serious?
Yeah,
Like that's
and you can turn it off too. It's like
yeah,
like I have it on obviously because it's like fucking free in-game currency, right?
right.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
I already have to sit through the loading screen anyway.
Yeah.
So you get you'll get like a Red Bull one or like for like whatever tournament's going on or whatever. Like right now it's like the Capcom Cup because that's what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're just advertising themselves.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm
Oh,
getting free
man.
fight
Right.
money.
No, I'm not saying that like, oh, shame on you, Piers, for
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
that's a really
Shame
weird
on
move
them,
on
though.
Capcom for like
That's like-
advertising themselves in this game.
That's like when you see like when you're watching like I don't watch actual sports. I should preface that when you're watching like LCS and they're like advertising for LCS. It's like I'm already watching LCS, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
You're giving me an ad for something I'm already watching.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that like I pull up the Twitch stream for like Smash
YouTube
and
ads for
Splash or
YouTube?
something, and then they just keep on having like Smash and Splash written all over the screen. Or yeah, like YouTube ads for YouTube where I'm like
YouTube ads
watching.
for YouTube are the funniest shit to me, dude.
Well, but that's usually because they're advertising YouTube Premium or something.
Yeah, YouTube Red. Yeah.
They want you to pay. It's not red anymore. It hasn't been red in like 2 years. Get with
Red
the
I
time.
remember Adam Bromanchenko was talking. Fuck, I just doxed him. I remember Adam was talking to me about YouTube Red.
YouTube
Oh,
Red
Red.
is goated.
He was like, "It's
RedTube
amazing."
Premium is goated.
Yeah,
He's like, he's in class and he's like, dude, I just bought RedTube, man.
Yeah,
Let's go.
RedTube Premium.
Oh man.
I shouldn't have
If he's
doxed him. I
listening.
feel bad. edit that out,
I
Raven.
just go to
I'm not editing this.
You have Jacob for that.
It's raw.
Have Jacob edit it.
That's the draw. Is that this podcast is as raw as it can be.
We can't have Jacob
and
on then, because he's
the
just gonna say
thing
the
is-
N-word.
You're right. You're right. I think that's the rule. Is that if Jacob comes on, we just like mute him the entire time.
He can listen. He gets early access.
He's like saying stuff, like joining in on a conversation. He's like sitting in his room. Why is everyone talking over me?
Make him edit the podcast, and then he can be on it.
He has like actual like good info to share with us every once in a while, and then he's muted.
I like how you preface that with every once in a while.
Yeah. Oh, there's
That's an hour.
There's something I was gonna say going back to the 2K thing, and I think I overall agree with the loading times thing. But yeah, I feel like if I was in, and I think I get why they want to do that. Sorry,
Money.
the Raven thing is if the game is fully loaded and you still have to wait there for an ad or whatever. It's like if you have a good enough computer, or I guess machine necessarily, then it will just like instantly load and.
Right.
Yeah.
Gonna watch the ad.
If you have a monstrous battle station, you're actually just getting commercials.
When people call their computers battle stations, I die a little inside.
That's Razer. All of Razer's advertising calls it a battle station.
Yeah, they do. It's terrible.
Well, it is.
I mean, it sucks, but like Razer stuff is good.
Yeah.
Well, it
It
sucks
makes
unless they
Feel like a
sponsor us.
battle
But
station. It makes me feel like a battle station.
dude, do you know how much RGB is in your average fighter?
Battle station.
Is it your average what? Sorry.
How much RGB is in your average fighter jet?
A lot, dude.
There's so much RGB.
Like they're like looking at like the panels, they're like shooting at like all these guys, and it's like just rainbow flashing around.
I want to know how RGB got so popular in like gaming. And
The
computer
RGB pulses every time they shoot.
Every time you get a kill.
When you're a nom, it turns to like green, like different shades of green.
It depends on the map.
Yeah.
Imagine being a nom and your fucking gun has RGB on it.
It flashes. It flashes depending on your kill streaks. Every time you kill a civilian, it flashes bright red to show you did something wrong.
No, it flashes bright green to show you did something right.
Oh no!
It's like you committed a war crime. Good job.
It like makes like a jackpot sound.
Oh no!
You win.
Winner! And then you hear
there.
some coins fall down.
Oh man. To answer your question about RGB, I think like it's just nicer to look at than a bare color. So
Yeah.
I think overall that's better. You know, people would rather look at a bright green or blue over like just dark
Yeah.
gray.
I got rid of
And why
black
also
and white
like
right now.
why specifically the gamer space though? Like you don't go into
Yeah.
like an office and see like RGB keyboards sitting everywhere. Like you don't go in there and see everyone using Black Widows. Like
Well, you
That's
should.
not I think it's just not professional.
Imagine if they did use that in offices, and you go in, and because your boss calls you in.
Your boss is like,
And,
yo,
like,
you got red
you-
switches or brown
No,
switches?
usually they're like green or like blue, but they're red, and you're like, oh shit, I'm like getting fired. Like he set the mood for something bad to happen today.
that's
Got
how
like
they
the
tell
TikTok
you.
lights at the fucking in his office.
You got them cherry red keys.
They set your cubicle LEDs to red if you're fired.
Oh yeah, you walk into the office and yours is the only cubicle that's red, and you're just like, well, no, that's it, man.
Everybody knows when you're getting a raise because it's bright green all day.
It's bright green and like money signs are flashing.
It makes the same sound as your gun does when you kill a civilian.
They're gonna start putting RGB in the fucking like Razer gaming, not the Razer, the fucking like gaming chairs. I swear to God.
I
Is
wish
that not
mine
a
had-
thing yet?
I would buy it.
I mean,
It
it
probably
probably
is, but
it's probably hella expensive though.
What's
The
the big
RGB
one that like
headsets.
PewDiePie uses?
The like
I have no idea.
$4,000 chair. That's just
Yeah.
insane.
Herman
guys,
Miller?
hold up! I gotta change
No,
the
not Herman
batteries
Miller.
on my chair.
It's the regular. It's just like the one that everyone uses. It's like
DX Racer.
$300 or something. DX
Yeah.
Racer.
Mhm.
The
Or if
Razers
you
are
get like a maxed one, it's like 300 or something.
what do people
I-
who all here has gaming chairs?
At my
Games, yeah.
house, I do.
I brought mine with me.
Yeah, I
I'm
wasn't
bringing
about to-
mine with me.
I already have a fucking chair up here.
There are
Yeah,
no
it's all-
RGB DX Racers. I
Probably
figured
not
they'd
for
be the
scale.
first ones to do it.
Isn't Secret
probably not
Lab the
for
other big one?
I think.
There's like I think they're called Omega gaming chairs. Those are pretty good. They're a lot more expensive. I think those are like $700.
Oh,
Weird complaint, but I don't. There's like about like gaming chairs. I don't like the ones where it's like the arms on it aren't connected to the back.
Oh, really?
Because
if they're wobbly.
I like to sit in my chair weird, so I'll fucking put my back
Chris
on the
Pratt
arm and sit like sideways in it.
Oh, I
Like
do.
a baby in like a carriage.
Yeah, basically. But I
I
can't do it very well because the chair that I have, the arms aren't attached to the back, so there's like a giant hole. So I'm just like sitting here sideways in it. It just feels kind of weird.
I do for lack of better word, crisscross applesauce in my chairs, and when they are connected to the seat instead of the back, it's just really bad.
Yeah. I sit like that a lot. That's how I sit now in this chair. But in my old chair, I sat like in the fucking crib method.
Crib?
Crib.
Here's his crib walking in his DX racer.
Crib walking in my DX racer, catching bodies in Fortnite.
Gaming chairs just look like giant car seats, right?
Basically. I just oh man, I wanna like get some speakers or some shit. Like every time I get a kill, it just makes the coin noise.
I wonder, like,
You wake up your
noise.
whole house because you're gaming at 3 a.m.
Wait, hold up. To expand on the idea of RGB guns, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're in war, you guys have played Saints Row 3, right?
Yeah.
And you know the oh well, sorry, Pierce. You know the Doctor whatever's ethical fun zone or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It'll do that. So when you kill the enemy, it'll be like ethical, and then when you kill a civilian, it'll yell unethical.
No, it's gonna be the other way around.
That way they'll always know, right? When
It's
you're
used by
doing
the U.S.
something bad.
military. It's gonna be the other way around.
Well, only when you're carpet bombing, right? As long as you get like one, it's like
Yeah.
It's good.
this guy might have a bomb in his backpack, so
You
we
don't
gotta,
know. He's
we gotta
hiding
take out the
around.
country.
We're
This
nuking.
He's
literal
wearing a turban,
sweet-
killing.
sweet
Oh,
old
no.
child
The
might
beanie
have
kind of
a-
looked like a turban, dude. I swear to God.
What?
The beanie kind of looked like a turban, dude.
You're in San Francisco.
See like a hipster in a beanie and they're just like, all right, carpet bombing around
Alright.
inbound.
I swear to God, it's a clock, dude.
That's when they purposefully flood California because they saw some dude wearing a beanie and it looked like a
Purposely
turban.
flood, dude. Where are they gonna get the water for that shit?
They're hiding the
Well, it's
water.
already
duh.
it's already close. They're just gonna open the floodgates,
They have
take
moats
out
in
California.
Okay.
What are they, fucking a castle?
Everyone go to the West Coast. Bring a bucket. We're gonna flood California.
Let's go.
We take all of it from the Pacific and bring it over, or from the Atlantic and bring it over.
From the Atlantic.
I like for the Pacific.
We scoop
better.
out the Atlantic and bring it over to the Pacific.
We're just gonna dig a really long tunnel.
We'll build a big
All
canal.
downhill, all downhill.
Build a
Panama Canal
aquifer.
ain't shit on this, dude.
California, we got you. No more forest fires or whatever, or wildfires.
Just flood the whole thing.
We're gonna
No more
flood you.
Forest fires
California.
underwater.
Hey, you're complaining about your mortgage costing too much. Don't need to pay it if you don't have a house.
True.
True. No, you know what I was actually just thinking about the bucket idea of water. You know how like wildfires, they fly helicopters with big old buckets on like ropes attached at the
Yeah.
bottom. Why don't they just do that like constantly and then just
Okay,
like
but that's
fill up
the thing.
like
We don't want them to know. Like,
lake.
it's like they see a big bucket in the sky, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, we're getting flooded." They see like 50 million people walking up with buckets, they're gonna be like, "Oh, just your average tourist going to the beach."
Just think it's a
LA.
protest,
They're
dude.
like, that's a
Just
really
LA.
big sandcastle.
It's just some weird ass protest.
No, they're gonna be like, oh, that's just average LA. That's what they do.
That's LA.
Well, here's the
Welcome to
thing, right?
California.
So clearly the government has been trying to take out California for a while, right?
Yeah.
Because all the fires, like, that doesn't happen. Like, come on now.
Come on.
Like, are you serious? So, like, clearly the government, like, went over there spreading gasoline. and then they burnt it all down. And my thing is like they clearly like it's so easy to get away with it because if you go to LA and start splashing gas around on like trees and stuff, they'll be like, "What a great artistic piece."
They're like,
Exactly.
wow, I really,
Again, they'll
really
just think
like
it's a
how
weird
the
protest.
abstract angle that this
Like you're sitting in Hollywood and you're doing that, and like fucking Miley Cyrus will like walk up to you like, I love what you're doing for the city.
She's like, "This is a great form of protest. I really respect it."
Everyone in the Hollywood Hills will be like
We go bash that
congratulating
car
you.
hood too.
They don't even ask you like what's going on. They walk up and they just start clapping. They're like, "Good job, man."
They're like, can
This
I
is
help you?
great.
Can I help you?
Legit
Do you
question.
actually
What's the
know?
upside of living in California?
Nothing.
I don't, there are more baddies in California.
Yeah, but there's just more people in California.
True.
Yeah, but that's
Chinatown.
they're also like more like statistically, like percentage wise, there are more baddies in California. California and New York. That's like where all the baddies are.
But that's
been
also
to
where all the
both,
people
and,
are,
like,
Raven.
both
No,
are
but I'm
really-
talking about percentage wise. That's why I'm said percentage wise.
I mean,
The
maybe.
one problem with both New York and California is the water. One is way too cold to swim in ever, even though
Yeah.
it's on the ocean, and two, it's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, right? It makes sense. Okay, California has the nice sun all year, so you're gonna get some tan baddies. They evolve to be bad just because of the sun and the California weather.
Evolution and stuff.
Right, exactly. Like they just mutate into like the perfect human. And then in New York,
Evolution.
they've been like, there aren't any hicks in New York. First off, not New York City. I mean, there aren't any hicks in NYC, the Big Apple, and then also like that's where all the models go because they're like, I'm gonna make it big in New York.
You get the business with money.
And then they move out there and then they just get stuck and they can't go back. So all the baddies are in New York and like LA.
California's like on fire all the time. Is
Bad.
in a desert, has no water, rent is retardedly expensive. And what else? I can think of
Well,
more.
that's the baddie tax.
Yeah. It's on a fault. Their biggest cities are built by a fault line.
Yeah, it's genius.
Yeah, and then New York, they're in an economic depression constantly.
Yeah.
No one
That's
actually.
the size of your head.
Yep, rat's the size of your head. Rent is even more expensive.
Mhm.
Why leave the flyby zone, honestly?
Well,
Half the
it's more
people there are
expensive
homeless.
depending on where you are.
Yeah, depending. Yeah.
Half
You
the
can.
people are
I've seen some
homeless.
cheap dumpsters.
I have seen some cheap dumpsters. I ain't even lying.
Although you do want to know what's not cheap in New York, the space like where your hot dog stands can be.
You know what's really nice about New York? I feel like you would like this, Pierce. No one will talk to you ever.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm in
Yeah,
Montana.
it's
What
fire
do you mean?
isolation
What do you
24/7.
mean?
I'm
You think
just
people
saying,
talk to me
like,
here?
You walk in like Minnesota, honestly, even in California. I don't know specifically about LA. I have not been there, but you know, people look at you and they might give you like a little nod here or there. They might say something like, "Hey, please come like buy this thing I'm doing on the side of the road."
Yeah.
People in New York don't do that because if you talk to them, they just want to fight you.
Except
They're
hot
like
dog
fair
stands.
They're just like East Coast mentality.
No, dude, hot dog stands, they don't even say hi to you. They don't even like wave you over. They just wait for you to come to them because they know.
You hand them a $2 bill and then they hand you a hot dog. No words.
Yeah.
Or
Well, here's
no.
the thing, though, too.
As it should be.
There's a hot dog stand monopoly in New York, right?
There
Like
is.
you cannot open up a hot dog stand in New York.
Like
That's never gonna happen.
because you
People
need
fight,
to like
I've
have
seen
a
that.
space and like to rent to like own that space. It's like $50,000 a year.
Yeah, it's crazy. Also, I think New York gets a bad rap. People there aren't that like mean. They just look mean all the time. Like they're just angry. Like they always look like they want to fight you. But then you like bump into someone and they just don't care. They're like, dude, I'm just going to work. Like I'm not gonna do anything.
I wasn't trying to put it across that they're mean. I was more like just saying they don't care. Like there's so many people there, all confined in one place. Like they're just trying to do what they need to do to like live, basically.
Right. But think about how much weight you'd lose.
Talking to you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you'd be walking
You'd be
everywhere.
so fit. You'd be so fit living in New York.
Yeah.
True. Honestly,
Your
subway stations
calves,
are not that bad. I think
they're not.
people who complain
Yeah, just don't
about
go
it
at
all
like
the time.
fucking middle of the night.
Well,
they're
even if
not
you're in the
even
middle of the
that
night, there's
bad.
so many fucking people in New York that like there's gonna be people out every time of the day.
No, I'd say do go in the middle of the night because that's where you see all the funny stuff. I'd say like
I
middle of the
guess.
day is where like all the homeless people are because everyone's at work.
Well, not only that, but the homeless people are sitting there trying to get money.
Yeah, dude, those reek though. But
They
People
do
do reek.
smell
Holy
bad, but
fuck.
I'm not even gonna lie. There's not even that many people. Like it depends, obviously. The more
Time of
crowded
day,
subway,
yeah.
that and
yeah,
there are more crowded subway like stations than the other. Like Grand Central is fucking packed all the time.
right.
But there are like certain stops along the way where there's like 20 people
For
Like
sure.
the
like
Joker
walking
movie when
around.
he shoots the guy.
There was also some lady singing when I went to New York. There was some lady like singing her heart out, and I'm like, oh, that's good. So then we like gave her money, and then she was like, thank you, and we're like, dude, shut up and sing. That's what I paid you for. Like,
We saw some guy
You
playing
could at
I
least
think it was
sing
a
it.
saxophone.
Like, you guys ever go to like a
Saxophone.
football game here, and like there's like all the like people like on the street, like just like fucking hitting like
Yeah.
fans and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's insane.
Flipping cars.
dude, imagine if New York had like one giant riot. Like that whole city would be gone within a matter of
LA
like 2
race
hours.
riots.
Dude,
If
if there's actually a purge and it happened in New York, we're saying
New York
goodbye.
is
It would
fine.
be
We're saying
gone in like
goodbye
30
to,
minutes.
Would it be broadcasted
Eastern
live?
Seaboard is just done.
I would watch that. I would pay to watch that.
I would pay to watch that as well.
You would pay to watch people just die.
A New York purge? I mean, just to see
Well-
what people do.
Well, here's the thing, right? If the New Yorkians built an alliance, they could wipe out the entire U.S. in a purge.
No, but the
Easily.
thing is, right? Who would
Maybe.
win? Like, are we put all the New Yorkians together and then all like the LA people together?
Oh, New York
We
bodies.
like
LA.
battle that?
New York
no,
alliance, for
And
sure.
then we put all the Florida people together.
Dude, that's literally Arkham City.
Well,
What? Florida, California, and New York all going at it?
Well, you just have all the bad people in like a little city.
so
Well, California's got a huge advantage because of population.
And yeah, and Florida
Well-
has an advantage because they're actually fucking crazy.
They're old
hey,
too.
not crazy, just on bath salts.
Okay, not crazy, just drugged out of their mind.
So the thing about New York, though, is if we're talking about New York builds an alliance, the entire city of New York builds an alliance and decides to riot through the U.S.
Okay.
I'm sure they have like I think they take it on because I think that they'd be smart. They'd do some strategic planning. They wouldn't just make it so that they were like it was New York against like everybody else. Like they'd be like at first it would be like New York versus like Virginia. Like they'd like be taking out like the regular ones first.
They
I
could
don't
probably,
think
they
they'd
could
go
probably
for
get like
Minnesota.
DC on their side and stuff like that. Like,
Right. Like they'd be trying to build some alliances. They'd be looting. They'd be doing some Fortnite battle royale stuff.
They'd
be
like
building.
near looting
What are
all
their
DC.
what the big worries for them got to be like Texas and Florida.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. All the Texas people.
I think
again.
Texas
Oh,
could, if
no.
Texas wanted to, Texas is probably like my pick for like, if like, okay, let's say this: every state is like doing a battle royale type shit. I think my money's on Texas.
Texas does that a lot.
California is really hard not to bet on because they have so many people.
Well, the thing
Like-
is, right? Sorry.
I was gonna say like California has like you have libtard California, but then you have redneck California, which is pretty fucking scary.
I guess, but also you have to like first off, New York would destroy all of them because you also have to realize how much looting would New York have done by the time they meet Texas.
yeah.
But
So
also
would
I was
Texas, though.
talking I guess, but like
But the
New
quality
York
of
has
Texas
more
is going
people.
to be a lot shittier than California. I mean Florida's.
Well,
Fuck,
Tex-
New York.
Texas, they have to go farther to get their stuff too. New York,
Right.
everything's there. It's a huge
Right.
metropolitan area.
The
out there in
issue with New York is
Northeast.
they don't have food.
Also, well, not even that, but also like we have to like. I was talking more like if New York just went on a rampage. Like they weren't. It wasn't like every state doing their own battle royale. It was just New York decided, you know what, I'm sick of this, and then decided to kill everybody. Like by the time they got to any actual competition, they'd have so much time to loot everything. And then they catch them off guard too, because nobody in Texas is like, "Oh, I think New York's coming." Like
Dude,
they
if
catch them off guard.
if they're like not prepared, obviously that you're going to get fucked. But I
Dude.
think if Texas prepared, I think Texas would fuck them in the ass.
Well, they're not preparing
I
though because New York's
disagree.
just going on a rampage.
No. I disagree. One, I bet you there are Texans out there that have like bear traps in front of their doors
For sure.
and shit.
For sure.
Like that place is trapped to hell. Two, they would be prepared because they would have
They're always
heard about
prepared.
New York. Not only that, but they would have
by the
heard
time they
about
get
New York
there, yeah, for
rampage by
sure.
the time they get there. And also in Texas, it's like super illegal to buy a gun basically
Texas gun
whenever.
population, I think it's like 10. How many
I
guns?
think it's
Okay, wait, I'm
10
gonna look
times
this up.
more than the actual population of Texas.
Well, here's the thing though too, right? Is that New York has attacker's advantage. Texas doesn't know. Texas knows they're getting close.
No, Texas
But
is home
Texas
field
doesn't
advantage.
know
That's way
when
better.
No, but can I finish talking?
No.
Texas has home advantage, which is understandable, but New York has attacker advantage in that Texas, although they know when they're getting close, they don't know exactly when New York is going to strike. And in that case, I think New York beats them out because they know everything. Texas gets home team advantage, but New York would just shred through Texas like it's nothing, dude.
Nah, dude, they got the Alamo. Remember the Alamo?
Okay, well, but here's the thing: is the entire population of Texas going to join up in one area just to defend New York, or just to defend against New York?
Well, if all of New
No.
York is going to attack all of Texas, I would think so.
No. Think about it.
Because New York is just one city.
Guerrilla warfare in Texas, and you know who won? Who won like the Civil War? Not the Civil War.
Well, that's because the British were in
Revolutionary War.
Mexican-American War, you mean?
Nope, I was talking about Revolutionary.
Well, Britain wasn't doing guerrilla warfare. That's the difference.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, but the U.S. was, and they won.
Right, exactly. But in this case, they'd both be doing it.
How is just more so because
How
like,
can you do guerrilla warfare on an attacking?
the British just pulled out of America because they realized it wasn't like worth the trouble.
They were hemorrhaging so much.
Not to be like an asshole, but like
I will say, for the Texas v New York thing, shit, oh fuck, I can't remember. Oh yeah. Okay, so New York, right? They're used to being like the New Yorkers of New York City. That is, they're used to being in like everywhere there's a building, right? They get to like the Midwest, and they're gonna be so fucked. They're just gonna be walking around in fields, not knowing which way is which. They're like, "Oh, where's the nearest like McDonald's?" And then there's nothing for like 30
They're like, yo,
miles.
where's Main Street?
Well, you also have to realize that this is like how many million people.
Texas
just
also has 20
rampage.
more million people than NYC.
Okay, but again, hold up. Am I still here?
Yeah, you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my monitor's just blacked out.
Oh.
So the thing is, though, again, like New York has the advantage of having that many people just condensed in that one city, right? And so that's the difference is that, again, like Texas is too big that it's like they're not all sitting in like Austin, Texas, waiting for New York to strike.
Population, then? Let's take Dallas.
Dallas?
Dallas.
Oh,
Just
New
'cause
York
Dallas,
has more people.
Dallas is the one they're going to get to first. Dallas has a population of 1.345 million. And NYC has 8 million.
Yeah. So they'd shred Dallas.
You gotta
Also,
remember,
yeah.
though,
Population of just under a million.
it's 8 million people, and you gotta assume at least half of those people have never fought or used a weapon because
less
they're
than
like
half.
liberal people.
This is New York City. This is less than half.
Okay,
I guess, but like they're rampaging. Like I'm not talking about like they're sitting here and doing like this complex war strategy. They're just like going and like rioting. Like at the end, like their team just won the Super Bowl. They're rioting everywhere. They're killing everything. They don't even care if they see something move. They're Molotoving that area out.
I get what you're saying, but are you saying like they went crazy and they just like they don't act like themselves?
I mean, I
what?
guess because
mentality shit.
Change it. I mean,
because
that's
like
different.
overall, New Yorkians don't riot throughout the entire U.S. So yeah, I guess they're not acting like themselves.
I was
I feel like this is a very non-New York thing to do, anyways.
I was saying like so they're more pacifist like people who you know due to their political or religious beliefs they wouldn't attack someone.
Right,
So
but in
they
this case, they're just
And they're not
killing
prepared
everything that
to.
walks.
That's exactly what I was just asking. Yeah, like are they sticking to their personal motives? I
Texas
guess?
also has hella
They're
military
riot-
bases.
They're rampaging.
And I was also going to say,
We're not talking about the military, Pierce. The government doesn't exist in this scenario. Come on,
Yeah, but they're gonna
have
fucking
some common sense.
they're gonna fucking like rob the government shit in this. I would think.
okay, wait, but how is New York gonna win when it's literally like it's not even 8 million v 1 million or whatever, because half of New York is like black and they're fighting the white people.
Is this like a racist joke?
Wow.
Not racist. This is more political.
Have you not seen the Seinfeld episode where he gets a black and white cookie because, you know, the blacks and the whites are getting
okay.
along?
Yeah, but sadly that doesn't happen most of the time today.
That's
So
Seinfeld.
you're telling me that New York would like come in on itself and start killing each other? Because that was not in the rules of this scenario.
I think that's
we
what
never
I
talked
think.
about it.
We
We were
were
just
like each other is more likely.
Okay, we're talking New York v everybody. Like we're not talking about like this is New York v everybody. Dude.
I'm sorry, there's no way they beat everybody.
Yeah,
There's no way they
honestly
beat Texas.
I
If
think
they-
Detroit alone could beat them.
Dude, if they were rioting through and they had the element of surprise, New York could kill everybody.
But they
dude.
won't have
They
the
would
element.
take
They're
them
gonna have the
out.
element of surprise for like Virginia, for like the first
one.
two cities they hit.
Exactly. They're gonna have it for like one or two, and people are just gonna know what's happening.
The people are gonna
Okay.
catch on. Dude, they're not gonna make it past fucking Kentucky.
That's not true. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Okay, so let's say, Teagen, I am sitting outside of your window, and you know that I'm going to kill you eventually. You're like, he's going to come in to kill me, right? So you're prepared to defend yourself. Sure, you have the advantage of knowing that I'm there and knowing that I'm going to do it, but you don't know when. For all you know, I could go kill your neighbors and then come back and wait. It could be a week. It could be a month. I don't have to kill you right away.
And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit at the one entrance. I'm gonna choke you, like run you through a choke, a bottleneck, if you will, and then you're gonna have to go through there. And I would shoot you as soon as you walk through.
And you could even put up like fucking like a bear trap or some shit in front of it.
I'd put some traps.
You can disarm a bear trap.
Not if you
Yeah, but
walk
when you're
into
disarming a bear
it.
trap, I can shoot
What's stopping Raven from crashing through the window?
Right. No, I
said-
can
never said I
do
was
it.
gonna
you. I'm gonna
same
hear
place.
you crash
I
through the
said-
fucking window.
I said I'm gonna bottleneck you. I'm gonna run you through a choke, right? So I'd reposition myself into a place where you'd have to come from one direction. I'd stockpile a bunch of food, drinks, whatever.
Bro,
And
not
we
if I'm
sit
sitting
there-
there with my golden ballista.
Oh shoot! You didn't tell me that you had that with your expo.
I have martyrdom, dude. You're
Oh,
dead.
no, you. Dang it! He has last stand. Even if I kill him, it's not actually over.
Oh my god.
No, I think that if New York, I think New York has the capabilities, and I think that they have a good enough class setup. To
Dude,
take
not
out.
everyone even has a gun though.
Well, of course, some of them are low level, but like that doesn't mean that they just don't have like a class.
I'm not saying
like,
they
at
don't
all.
have
Those pictures
weapons,
look
but
alike, right?
I'm saying that like pretty much everyone in Texas has a gun.
I guess, but also like again, New York has so much time to rampage through all of Hickville to get guns.
But they're not gonna get through Hickville. They're not. There's
Yes,
no
they
way they
are.
get through
No,
Hickville.
actually, what's like meta? We're changing the meta here. What if a tornado happens on their way to Texas? You
That's
think
not
it-
part of the scenario.
The
North
scenario
has
is just
ever
New
been
York,
through a
Texas.
Okay.
tornado?
The scenario is
Okay.
superficial in itself.
Okay,
We're
then
not
here's
saying
the
New
thing.
York TPs to Texas, Adam. Stop trying to like. We didn't even go over any rules. We're just making
Okay.
this shit up as we go.
Okay, well then if this is the case, all right, if a tornado can stop New York on the way to Texas, they don't even have to go to Texas because an asteroid already came in and wiped Texas out.
True,
Okay,
true.
New
Okay,
York
but
wins.
it's a little bit different because they would have to go through Tornado Valley.
No, they don't. They just go down through Florida and then they loop back up.
They can hop on
Okay,
a boat.
then they go through
up the
Hurricanes.
Gulf.
Okay, well the entire Earth has a chance to be hit with an asteroid.
Yeah, what if they get with an asteroid, Raven? What the fuck? What are they gonna do then?
Yeah,
How do you counter
what
an
if New
asteroid?
York
No,
gets hit by an asteroid?
Texas is hit by an
Texas is
asteroid.
gonna
not
shoot
New
an asteroid,
York.
dude. They
That's
got
not
it.
true.
Sure,
They're gonna break. Okay, they shoot it. They break it apart, and now it spreads like a frag grenade and kills even more people.
Okay,
Nah, bro.
depending
They're
on
built
the
different.
size of the meteor, if something wiped out all of Texas with one meteor, it'd probably wipe out like half the United States.
No, it's just
than
big enough
that.
to wipe out Texas.
I don't even know.
But then you're
if
gonna have the cloud afterwards, dude. No, dude.
What?
Yeah,
the cloud.
Dude,
Yeah, the cloud.
The cloud
That's-
form
the
is big
cloud?
enough to cover
Texas
Texas.
has cloud now.
Texas has always had cloud. What do you mean?
Yeah, why do you
Texas
think all
has
the,
cloud.
all
The
the
only reason
YouTubers-
Texas has cloud is the Siberian tiger population.
No, it's all the YouTubers moving there.
No, it's the Siberian tiger population because there's more Siberian tigers in Texas than there is the rest of the world combined.
Wait, okay.
Is there actually?
Yes, that's
It's
a
just
stat-
weird because like
No
you think
way.
it'd be in Siberia, but I guess not.
No, Texas took all of them out.
They took all
Now
the
they're
tigers.
Texan
Didn't you hear
tigers.
about Operation Siberian Tiger?
No, and then
Dude,
there
they
you go. That's
stormed
another
that
reason
shit.
why the Texans would win. They have Siberian tigers.
No, they're domesticated. They don't kill.
Yeah. Don't worry. New York has the Bronx Zoo.
Yeah,
The Bronx.
The New York has the Bronx in general.
that's stronger than any animal you could throw at them.
True.
Have you seen a homeless dude when there's a burrito in the subway?
New
That
York
dude is
Standard
ravenous.
James.
He
Wait,
will
but
kill
I
all
just
7
realized-
billion people.
Dude, they would all
Oh,
die
wait.
to alligators if they went south. Or like snakes.
Dude, New Yorkers see an alligator. I don't know what they're gonna do.
They'll go up through
Well, they've been
Canada
to the
all the way
zoo,
around.
dude.
They'd be
They
like,
know what an
"Oh."
Yeah, they're gonna
alligator
live through
is.
Canada.
No, they'd be like, "Oh, look, I can make a Chanel bag," and then they die.
Dude, okay, you guys are being offensive to all of our New York viewers that exist.
First
Sorry.
thing,
How am I
one
being- I
alligator ain't
just-
gonna stop 8 million New Yorkers.
Without any-
Imagine like one
This
alligator just
super
rampages
gator.
through all of them.
This
That's what
ain't
I'm
the gator
saying.
from Where's My Water.
Dude, it's
okay?
actually the sponsor.
Actually, that's the problem. It is the gator from Where's My Water? So, like, what are they gonna do?
Does Where's My Water take place in New York? I could see that.
What?
Takes place
Alright.
in Gatorville.
And we're not talking about no stunted sewer gator.
We're
No
talking about
stunted sewer
kaiju.
ga- We're talking about kaiju gator that's like 20 feet long.
Okay, well here's the thing though, right? If
Wait, dude,
let's
does
say-
New York get the Ninja Turtles in this hypothetical?
no, New York gets the Ninja Turtles and they harness the Megalodon.
No
Oh, okay, then they're
way.
winning.
Yeah.
But that megalodon's gonna be stunted from the Hudson River being full of actual poop.
Actual piss, yeah.
Actual poop.
No, it's in a Pokeball, dude. Like this is ridiculous. You really think that they wouldn't keep it in a
In a
Pokeball?
Sorry,
Poop
sorry.
is
my
in a
bad.
Pokeball. If you told me
Yeah,
the poop
they can
is
pull
in
it
a
out and they're
Pokeball,
doing the poopy ball.
if you told me that the poop is in a poopy ball, I would not have.
The poop was in a poopy ball. What if? Okay, here's the thing, right? What if
Made a
the
poop
entirety?
joke and laugh.
Let's say that the entirety of New York lines up
Okay, yeah.
on the East Coast.
Like the British.
Anus is facing the west,
Like the British.
and they all just fart simultaneously.
Amount of methane that goes into the air, one person like strikes a cig or a lighter, boom, dead.
Right, exactly. So then all they have to do is fake rushes because once they start shooting,
No, think about it. Well, honestly though, the thing about that, it would probably wipe out the entire east to western seaboard.
Good.
the entirety of the U.S. is just gone now.
I mean, we're doing that already with cow farts. What do you mean?
Yeah, but imagine like Jake farts, but like 8 million Jake farts.
They're all laying on their back, sucking air, and
It's turtle egg.
Oh man.
Ninja Turtles and Megalodon included.
Ball.
Does New York get Jacob?
Does New York get Jacob? Jacob doesn't live in New York.
Yeah.
What if he moved?
What if he moves to New? So you really want New York to have Jacob in this scenario?
No matter which one, Jacob is like a necessity.
He's the master tactician Raven was talking about.
See, I think most of us would be fine because like, what are the chances New York goes to Minnesota?
Right. No, I think we'd be good. But if New York went on a rampage, I think that they could take it.
I was gonna say like they would be lost in the snow, like as if they didn't have snow in New York. Oh, no.
They wouldn't even know what the sun was.
Dude, nighttime
Blast
hits.
of its
You're
own.
like, what? I can't.
There's no way they'd
see."
make it to me. There's no way in hell.
To Montana?
Yeah.
Dude, they
There's
could drive to you and they'd face no like contest. That thing is a wasteland.
There's nothing out here.
There's
dude.
only one black person in
They
Montana.
still, okay, here's the thing about they could take out the entirety of the Midwest, right? Because they could be it would be like a 1v like 8 million or whatever battle
Mhm.
at a time.
Like they're only
Yeah, the Midwest
only
is too
face
spread
real
out.
opposition up until Minnesota. They hit the Dakotas and it's just free sailing.
Well, not only
sure.
is it a wasteland, but the Midwest doesn't like care about any other Midwestern state.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
one
sure.
from Minnesota is
Minnesota
gonna
and
go help out
Wisconsin
Chicago.
hate each other.
Yeah, Ohio and Wisconsin too hate each other.
I'm pretty sure North and South Dakota hate each other.
No one. It's
Is
like yeah, like,
Iowa even real? I don't even know.
Nebraska doesn't exist either. But it's like no one from fucking Iowa is gonna go help out Chicago if Chicago gets attacked.
Right, for sure.
Dude, honestly, Chicago might stand a chance though.
That's
They
true.
might. They take out a good bit of people, but I think New York would kind of blast through them.
They're ruthless there, dude.
I agree, but if we're
one time there,
They're gonna have
and
to go
people
through. No, wait. They're gonna have to go through Cleveland and shit to get to Chicago. So maybe after they have to go, because Ohio sucks. they might they might actually like get stopped at Chicago because they're gonna have to go through like Philadelphia, fucking Baltimore,
I guess,
Cleveland.
but like we're also taking into account that like we're not like when I dreamt up this scenario, right?
Like 30 minutes ago.
I wasn't taking into account like their personalities or whatever. Like, oh, Chicago is more ruthless. Because to me, it's like New York is going on an absolute rampage. This is like primal. Like they are just
They're all on roids. Like
right, they're just looking for blood. Like they don't care about like their usual like things. Like they're just looking for blood. So the only thing that matters is materials and population, pretty
You
much.
think the other states aren't like this?
Well,
Because
I'd say-
I just expected that the other states were like this, but
I'd say the other states are still in like their average ways. It's just New York decides to go on a rampage and wipe out
I
everybody.
think it all comes down. Like, here's the thing. I think New York actually does pretty well against most of the other East Coast
They have a
areas.
really good matchup against 90% of the US at least.
Wait, I mean, I don't know. Let's be real about like DC. You know how much shit they probably have there, like
Yeah.
in terms of defense.
Well, that's still 90%. Like we have to
Yeah,
think
like,
about it, like Florida,
do really
Texas.
well. Yeah, they do really well against the people immediately around them, but then their numbers are going to start thinning.
What about Rhode Island, dude? There's a million
Rhode
people.
Island's
in
gonna
Rhode
fuck
There's a
Island.
lot of yeah.
Dude. I don't know
They
where
could
they
form
are.
an alliance with Rhode Island, though. I think that they could get Rhode Island on their side.
What if that's the thing? What if they never beat Rhode Island because they don't know where the Rhode Island people are?
No, they definitely ally with Rhode Island and New Jersey. Those two are definitely
Jersey
joining the
for
riot.
They ally with the 20 people that they can find in Rhode Island.
Probably
All
Boston,
the other people
They-
are underground.
They ally with the 20 people that live in New Jersey.
Boston too would probably join
On
them.
the Jersey Shore too. It's the people.
Oh, for
in
sure,
Jersey.
Boston would join. So they have a good bit. They have
So are we saying on the East Coast at this point? Because like most of that like
If
New
Boston
England
joined,
area.
not even
no, because Maine would
Tri-state
not
for sure.
join.
Maine
The
wouldn't
rest of
join.
Massachusetts, other than Boston, wouldn't join. So they
Honestly-
still have Maine, Massachusetts.
I would
don't
think
think they'd-
all of Tri-State
dude,
would join.
I don't think they would fuck with Maine because that shit's actually cold. And it's foggy.
Yeah, but think about all the free
We're
lobster.
colder. What do you mean? Minnesota's
Well, they
colder.
don't
than
really care. Like this is like a
I'm telling you
28
right
days
now,
later, you know.
Minnesota is not usually colder than Maine.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's not, man, because
statistically it
Maine
is,
has
yeah.
seaside air,
Yeah, Maine is colder because of the ocean air.
and they get a lot more foggier, like everywhere in Maine.
Well, they
it's
get
foggy.
foggier. Yeah, that's true.
Well,
Not
this
gonna-
is like 28 days later stuff where they just don't really care. They're just kind of running at you, you know.
They
Like
can't
they
see.
don't like they're not cold. Like they're just like they want blood, you know.
If we're
Blood
being
warrant.
realistic, I think New York takes out a good portion of the East Coast, but I think their numbers would be too little at that point to do anything else besides like get any farther than fucking Cleveland. If I'm being honest with you,
I don't
Cleveland
because New Jersey and Rhode Island are definitely allying.
yeah, but they still have
with
to go
those-
through fucking all of the rest of the East Coast. It's like
No, well, we're not going like East Coast. Like they can like have like they don't have to just work their way down. Like they can go around.
but if they're going on a fucking tear, they're gonna lose at least a few million people getting to
I
where
agree,
they're going.
but then you also actually Chi-Town might join. I could
I
see
don't think
Chi-Town
so.
joining the
No,
riot.
no way.
You don't
I
think
could see it.
Chi-Town would join the riot? Chi-Town would definitely join the riot, dude. It's already a riot in Chi-Town. They're
Yeah,
like, oh, it's just another day, except we get to travel a little bit. Let's go.
Chi-Town is like, oh, we're already fighting for our lives, but now we just have to do it against more people who don't.
Right.
eh.
Exactly. They'd be like, yeah, let's do it. They're like, I either die here or I die over there. Like, let's go.
It's just
Yeah.
different
We're
grave.
dying either way.
Right. No, Chi-Town joins for sure. I don't think
I-
Detroit joins though.
No,
No,
true.
okay. They hate themselves. You think they don't hate
True.
other people?
Yeah.
No,
but other
dude-
than that, I think that's all the cities that they get is like Chi-Town. They get all of Rhode Island and New Jersey. Do they get DC?
They get
No,
Boston for sure.
I don't think they get.
They
DC.
definitely get Boston for sure, yeah. They could probably get what's the one that freaked out because their football team won?
It's
The one that started this whole thing. Yeah. They definitely get them. If they riot over a football team, they'll be like, dude, this sounds like fun.
The problem is like what's gonna stop them from turning on New York as well? Because they're just like, oh look, after we're done like killing everyone, we could just kill more people.
Well, but in that case, then New York has already like won the objective, you know.
I suppose. But
Again,
then
like
they
I don't
lose
think New
after.
York makes it out of the East Coast just because it's like, yeah, they'll get all these people, but like they're just gonna get so worn down going
through
through.
the South.
But
If
I
they
think
go
you're
through the South,
overestimating.
it's over.
Well, that's why you
If-
go through the South like last. You know, like
Well,
the,
yeah, I
the
know,
New
I'm saying
Yorkians aren't
if
complete
they
idiots.
go,
I think.
if they go from like East Coast, get all the allies, destroy the people who don't ally with them, and then they go for like southern states. They're okay. Maybe if they're like just bloodthirsty and the other states aren't, they might get Texas, right? But before Texas, they got to go through like Tennessee, Alabama, like Georgia.
There's no
and
way
shit.
they have numbers
Well,
then,
And there's
like
no way they're getting through all of them without
in the
losing.
South's a double-edged sword. It's like you can't go for them early because you're gonna have no fucking numbers after you're done with the South, and you can't
Right,
go for them
well-
last because you're not gonna have enough people then.
No, that's not true. Optimally, okay, here's the thing. Optimally, you go East Coast around New York, you scoop up everyone you can there, then you ride through Pennsylvania, all those places, go through the mid coast, and then you work your way down from Iowa or Missouri. You work your way down over towards Texas.
Yeah, but you're gonna lose people doing that.
You could,
You
there's
feel missing
nobody
people
there.
either way.
There's nobody there. You go for like Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, and then you go through Texas. You'll lose some people, but not many. And then you go through Texas. You can
Fucking
take out
Iowa's-
Texas. You could
dude, Iowa's
probably
an
get.
open field. You could just sit like motherfuckers in Iowa will just sit out there, and all of the Midwest can just sit there like fucking from like a mile away and just take pot shots as your giant ass crowd.
Who though?
I guess, but
'Cause
like,
it's a field, dude. You're gonna lose so many people
No,
doing that.
But you know how many people live in Iowa? Like 6.
right, exactly.
It's
That's
mostly
the thing.
pigs out there.
Is that even if it's like 10 kills per, if Iowans get 10 kills each by the time that New York ravages all of them, congratulations, Iowa took out 10 people.
You also got to realize that those 10 Iowans are hog riders.
Don't
Like-
make a Hawk Riders joke.
like for real, like they could probably take out all the way down from like Iowa down to Texas, and then
I'm not
Texas
saying they're
would be
gonna
their
get
big battle.
obliterated, dude. I'm saying they're gonna lose like 30% of their numbers, though.
They
No,
are
but
not going to lose 30%.
Yes, they are.
That's
If you're going from
ridiculous.
If you're going from Iowa through Missouri into Arkansas, that's a lot. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of
Okay,
people,
that's-
but
that's
it's
when you
not
just-
30%.
So first off,
If
what
you
you
go
do
through
is
fucking Missouri, Missouri's got tons of people. What the fuck do you mean?
I just came up with something, right? That they honestly, this might be like a game changer, or more importantly, like a game loser, right? They basically have to go through the northern part of the country to get to the West Coast.
They
There's
won't get to the
no
West Coast. There's
way
no way in
New
hell they make it to the West
No,
Coast.
no, I'm saying there's no way New Yorkers make it through like a desert, like an actual desert.
I was going to say the mountains, but
They're not making it through the
Well,
mountains either.
I mean, that's a good point too.
Well, also we aren't taking into account like they're just running through. They're not like doing their average stuff. Like these aren't New Yorkers anymore. These are animals.
so
Well,
my
yeah, but they're
question
going to
is,
be still climated to their normal, like what
None
they
of these
were
are
before.
28 days later zombie dudes. You know what I mean? Like
But
these
even
guys are
still,
just
it's like that
rioting.
terrain's gonna suck ass.
You say they're rioting, right? But that still means that they're gonna be the person that they were. So like their body won't be used
Like
to
your physical
super hot
ability
as
is what we're saying.
just because they're rioting and going crazy, that
I
doesn't
know.
just give different abilities or
Well,
something.
we already talked about
it's
this.
like
They're
they're
not
all
taking.
jacked up on meth. They are
Like
super
they're just,
people.
yeah, like they are no longer New Yorkers. Like they are.
Kill everyone. So you're saying
But your body
they're
can
like
still only do so much, is
bulletproof,
what we're
they like
saying.
heal through bullet wounds or some shit like
Yeah, it's like-
No, they're not
No, it's-
Wolverine, dude. They're just people, but they're just like
They're
like
just
they,
amped
we're
up on
not taking that into
methamphetamines.
account. Like I said, we're
I-
taking materials and population into account in this.
Okay, but if they're crazy people, they're not going to be worried about food or water. gonna-
Exactly.
I wasn't even going to
But
food.
they don't
water.
need
I'm
it.
just saying your body is not
What
going to
do
be
you mean
ready
they
for that
don't
fucking haul.
need it? Yeah, what do you mean they don't need it?
They don't need it. They'll kill all of them within 24 hours. You
Mhm.
can survive like 2 weeks without
There's no
water.
way they make it fucking past
Dude, it's
Cleveland.
actually
There's no way they
impossible
make it past Cleveland.
to make it to the other side of the country in 24 hours.
They
So-
do it.
Can
They're
they
just
summon
running.
the New York rats to their aid?
Then it's
Because,
game
like,
over.
because
New
what they
York
do,
Rats changed the game. New York
because
Rats
what they
changed
do is they just unleash them all into all the fields,
There's
and
no
they just
counterplay
eat
to
all the
rats.
food.
Okay, then
If they get the
everyone dies.
rats, they
Then
win.
everyone dies.
Exactly.
They
The
win.
New Yorkers still win.
New York
The
still
New
win.
Yorkers still win.
No, because New York is not trying to kill
New
like
York
necessarily
still
kill everyone. They're
New
trying
York's
to win.
No, I see
You have to be
it
alive to
like
win.
this. New York's
Okay.
fault, since they're crazy people, they don't want to win. They just
Well,
want to
New
kill
York-
everyone.
The entire thing is, could New York take down the rest of the U.S.? So in that case, even if New York kamikazes, they still took out the rest of the U.S. and they
I
win.
agree with that.
They died, but they win.
Okay,
New York
gets
would
rats.
not
it's game
have
over.
any. No. New York wouldn't have any food stock, like stockpiled because they already have food shortages where they are anyway.
They could eat
So-
the rats.
No,
True.
no,
They're
because they
crazy.
would
They're
have
crazy. They don't care. If they want
done it
emergency
already.
food, they'll
I'm with
grab
Adam. They can eat the
They will
rats.
grab a rat and they'll bite that head off.
How much nutrients do you think a rat gives?
Rats
But
Look
breed
at
they-
how
like
many
mother.
rats Teagen.
Rats breed like motherfuckers. They don't
Yeah,
give a
no, I
shit
think
about
they're not
rats.
Just like the
breeding
rat
it
farm for
together.
sure.
They're crazy. They're not breeding it.
But the food
just
thing is a
eating it.
big issue.
They won't even wait till they're hungry anymore.
That's why I'm saying
They'll
they
just
won't make
eat
it past
If they're
Cleveland. They
crazy,
don't make
they're
it past
just gonna eat
Cleveland.
all of them.
Okay, Pierce, you keep just saying they won't make it past Cleveland,
won't.
and I don't think that's helping your argument.
Ground-
Like if you keep on
Okay.
saying that, then I'll say they'll wipe out the rest of the U.S. Like that doesn't matter. No one that
True,
doesn't
true,
help your argument at all.
Okay,
Cleveland
the
Brown joke
reason they
4
won't make it past Cleveland is because they won't have enough people.
Because they just won't.
Yeah,
That's like his whole
they
argument.
don't have food. They won't have food. They won't have people. And there's just too much. Like, look at the population density of the East Coast. Even if you're taking all these people, like all these allies that they're getting, they're still fucking like at least outnumbered like 3-1. There's
Yeah,
no
but-
way they make it there.
New Yorkers only have to kill 3 each then.
Mhm.
Say 3-1. There's like even with all the allies, they are not even close to 100 million.
Right, but that's why population density matters.
That's what I'm saying. The population
What?
density on their side
Right.
of the country is huge.
Right. So then they just what?
I'm saying they'll have to go through more people, Raven, to get where they're going.
They will,
you're
and then
gonna
they go
lose
through the Midwest, which is just free.
But they have to get through the East Coast first.
Yes, and they could, even if they had one person left
But you're gonna lose
rioting through the East Coast.
Yeah,
they could
but one
take out
person can get
half
shot
of
by
the
the first
Midwest
fucking
at
crackhead in
least.
Ohio.
To crackhead in Ohio? What about the crackhead in Ohio?
You said if there's
Yeah.
only one person left, they still technically would make it out, but then they're just gonna get shot. I'm just saying that
By a crackhead in Ohio.
dude, Ohio's retarded.
Nah.
Ohio's not real, dude.
Okay, well, here's the thing, though. Realistically, if they want to make it to Ohio, all they have to do is get through Pennsylvania.
All they
They
gotta
go to
do is defend
Pennsylvania,
the rats.
Ohio, Indiana. Again, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, and then Illinois, and then you go through Missouri, Arkansas, and Texas.
Boom. You have the bottom half of the Great Lakes surrounded, because we're just saying they're not touching Canada right now. So they got water right there, fresh water.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Like realistically, in order to take out your biggest opponents, you don't have to go that far. You don't have to go through that many other states.
And the states that go through aren't that hard.
You did just say they're trying to take out everybody.
They are trying to take out everybody, but
And the thing is, you wouldn't gain any more along the way than they already did.
Your last big
that's
boost
not
is
true. If they went down and took out Texas, then they have a better weaponry.
Mhm.
So you go fight Texas while you're strong.
They're
Loot
not-
Texas.
but then you
Then you
still
come
come out
out
the rest of the South.
By the time you get to Texas, you've gotten rid of the rest of the South.
But I don't think they're gonna get rid of the rest of the South.
All they need is Florida, really, and that's like the other big one. The rest is just kind
Georgia.
of free.
Rest is
Georgia, maybe, but
North Carolina.
after you
Georgia,
take out Texas, like you can go on it. You can shred.
guns. That's the thing, though. That's what you're missing.
What?
I was bringing this up earlier. There's no way they get through the entire South without losing at least like 3/4 of the population.
Yeah, agreed.
they got it.
Everyone
if they-
there has guns.
Right, but if
Even in the Midwest.
right, but that's why I'm saying you go Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, Texas. You'll lose a good bit of people.
Ohio is still gonna
You
suck,
will-
dude.
You will lose a good bit of people, but then you raid Texas while you're strong, take as much as you can, and then you go over to Florida, take out the rest of the big opponents, and then you can work your way through the rest. All you have to worry about now is California.
What makes you think that like Florida people wouldn't put up a fight either, though?
Because 90% of them are ancient, dude. They're like Italy.
And the other
Yeah.
Off on them and they die.
10% are already superhuman crackheads.
The other 10% are fucking at Disney World.
Florida.
Yeah, superhuman crackheads at Disney World. Do you want to fight
I think
superhuman?
Florida is like
Okay.
Florida's top heavy. You get through the Panhandle and it's easy,
Oh, for
but
sure.
you gotta get through the Panhandle. And
Yeah,
I
and you
don't
could
see them
because
getting
they're all on
the
bath salts. It
No,
doesn't
but-
matter.
Yeah,
You
they're
got
not
a
getting
gun.
through the bathroom.
What they do
Yeah,
in
you do.
Florida?
You got a gun. The bath salts don't have a gun.
They
They're
don't have a
coming for
gun.
your
This is New York
face.
we're talking about. They don't have guns.
They went over to Texas. We already
There's
talked
no
about
way they get
that.
through Texas. There's no way.
What you're debating our Florida point by just disregarding our Texas point. Our entire Florida point relies on the Texas point.
Mhm.
There's no.
Like,
Okay,
you're just jumping around
even if
where
you
you
get to
want it
Texas-
to be.
even if
I
you get through
agree.
Texas, you still have to make it through all those other southern states.
Yeah, and it'll be free after you take Texas because you have to.
Mhm.
Because again, the only southern states you're doing are Missouri, Arkansas,
Missouri.
and then Texas.
They call it misery for a reason.
There's no way they're getting.
Yeah, because everybody there hates themselves. They'll all kill themselves by the time New York gets there.
They won't kill themselves, dude. They'll like kamikaze kill themselves. Like I'm
So
gonna
that's-
vomit to you.
No,
Oh,
I
wait,
think
no, New
New
York
York
is not-
would join New York and be
Wait,
like, you know what, fuck it.
That's the
Alright,
meta.
alright.
As soon as one other state brings a bomb into it, PTSD from Boston for Bostonese people and New Yorkers.
That was in 2012. They're
Okay.
over it now.
No, nope. People aren't over 9/11
Eh.
for obvious reasons. Not saying that's a problem.
I was on Google.
Well, it's
the
not
other day.
PTSD for 9/11 though. It's just that 9/11 was bad. That's
Well,
not
okay, that's a
9/11 bad. What a hot take, Raven.
what I said.
No.
I'm not saying that it's not bad. I'm saying that like they don't have PTSD over it.
I don't. I agree with Raven. I don't think.
PTSD over
I agree with you on
Nazi.
a lot of this, Teagan. That's not a good point.
Yeah,
What are you
that's
talking
a
about?
pretty bad point.
It's a pretty bad.
Adam,
point.
you can't say shit. You haven't even come up with anything.
What?
You just
All
say
right.
what
What?
Raven said.
So,
The rats?
Teagan, how far do you think they
Oh
get?
my
How far do you
God,
think New York
that
gets?
thing is stupid.
Adam's dealing with the food population. I'm dealing with the
No, no.
army strategism. Adam has not read the Art of War. You can't expect him to. Know
I
what he's doing.
actually have read the Art of War, though. I'm just saying. I think I'm the only one here who's read the full
I
thing.
have it sitting in my back pocket, bro.
Anyway,
Bro, that's
on my
like
desk right
that's
now,
like
which
that's like
point,
sword
right?
war.
Before you said it was like primal, they're crazy, methed up superhumans or whatever, right?
I didn't
But
say superhuman.
We
Adam's the one who
never-
keeps saying messed up superhumans. That's not true.
anyway, you were saying you did say they're crazy.
Yeah,
You said crazy like primal need
pretty
to
much.
kill people. That doesn't
Right, they're going for blood.
Yeah, exactly. So
But
then
can you
you
coordinate
bring in
that?
like strategic battle strategy. Who are they going to listen to?
They don't
Well,
have
if
any.
they're-
They just
if-
run in.
Yeah,
If
no.
they,
It's like
Yeah.
World War Z shit. It's like World War Z shit.
Yeah, but if they're not superhuman, imagine World War Z, but every zombie dies to one bullet.
Even if they get shot like once, like Teagan says, they're just gonna bitch and moan on the floor.
what, dude? Even if
They're
anybody
crazy.
gets shot once,
They have
No,
bloodlust.
Adam-
eh?
That's true. That's
they do have a bloodlust, but also all they have to do is shoot anybody else once, and they do the same thing.
But they don't have guns.
That's
They're
not a
not gonna
good
have nearly
point.
as many
Yes,
guns
They
as
will get guns by this time.
Oh my god!
What point, wait, what point? Wait,
They'll
I don't.
raid guns and
Clarify,
all-
what point in the timeline are we talking about?
Texas before.
Is this pre
Texas
or
is
post
going to
Texas?
kill them. If they don't have guns by the time they reach Texas, it's over.
They will have guns.
From
Well,
where?
from?
From well, already New York has guns.
Not that many.
not as
nearly
many.
as many as Texas. You're gonna-
Not as many, but then they go through Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois,
But they're
Missouri,
gonna lose so many people getting those
Arkansas,
guns.
and then going
Oh,
to
they're
Texas.
gonna get so many guns in Illinois. They go to the fucking naval base there.
But
They're
we said we
loaded
can't go-
with
we said
deadly-
military
They don't have
stand.
strategy.
We said the military doesn't exist, not that you can't raid a base.
Then if that's the point, then Texas is even more jacked. You know how many military bases are in Texas they can raid?
They can raid them, but again, dude, you get hit once and you die. This is
The same, but that's even more true if there's more military bases in Texas than like I don't know. The only other one that has like that many is like fucking California.
I think you've just thrown that out there. You said the military doesn't exist, but you can still raid the military stuff. If the
I
military,
said that the government doesn't play a part in it. The government and the military
If we're
doesn't
taking
come in to stop
military
New York,
forces
otherwise
into
they
this,
just lose.
Texas gets an even bigger power up.
no, but the problem with this is right. If you are saying that like you think the government when they're not involved or the army, they're just gonna abandon the bases.
Well, this scenario isn't that the government evacuated, it's that they just poof disappeared and New York decided to riot through.
And you're thinking that since the entire army poof disappeared, it's not fair that the army bases and anything else poof disappears.
Well,
I thought we took
well,
army bases
well,
out of this a long time ago. If we're
no,
bringing them
we
back in,
took-
Texas is even more jacked
okay,
than
well
they
now
were.
now Teagan's fighting for government military bases to be gone.
That's what I
Well,
said.
that's what we had established before
Okay,
just now.
no, I said that there was no military that intervenes.
But you just said that it was completely gone, like poof, gone.
Right,
means
and the bases are still there.
means
The military,
So
yeah,
do you mean the
the
personnel
people
are
who
gone?
actually do the stuff.
Okay, the people are gone, but the stuff is there. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, then Texas just gets an even bigger power up.
And so does other southern states. You're not going to make it through Georgia.
Yeah, that just nerfs New York even more.
Okay, name dropping. James went through Georgia for basic training, and he has showed me pictures of shit there. Wouldn't even say
Yeah, but if we're talking about that, a lot of states have military bases that New York could stop in.
But not as many as Texas has.
Not as many as Texas, but also, again, Texas is more spread out.
But if those states have those military bases too, that's going to make taking that shit even harder, and they're going to lose more people doing it.
I agree, but then they'll have it, and again, Texas is
Yeah, but you're going to have less
Texas
people.
is spread out. Yeah, and Texas is spread out.
We're talking about though. That's the thing we were talking about before as well. It doesn't matter that they're like upgraded or whatever, that they have gear. If you go from 8 million or let's say 10 million, right? Because yeah, sure, they'll get some.
Realistically, with all the people they're
people
getting, they're
along the
probably
way,
going to have
but-
like 15 mil.
As soon as they hit the South, that's it. There's no more allies for the rest of the country.
Yeah,
Yeah,
once you
no
hit
one
Chicago,
else
you're
can
done.
invest.
You get nothing else.
Exactly. And what I'm saying is like, yeah, they maybe take the South, whatever, if they have like fucking
God.
laser guns. God and laser guns, yes. They might take the South. You're down to a mil. Or maximum rather. You're down to a mil. You have what? Let's say
Probably 200 mil left.
at least.
Yeah,
At least 200 to 250 million people. It doesn't matter. They could have like M9s and they will outnumber you. That's literally 290 to 1.
All right,
I think it's also important that we haven't even talked about California because there's no fucking way they're making it.
all right. Let's put it this way. All right, New York and all their allies make it through to Iowa. Do you think they could get through Iowa?
There's no one.
What have they gotten to? It depends on how bad they get hit before that.
Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, and then they get to Iowa.
They're gonna get through Iowa, but I'm not saying that like Iowa's fucking poggers or anything, but like they're gonna lose by the time, because I'm guessing you're saying they're going from Iowa to Missouri to like Arkansas to like fucking
Nope.
Oklahoma to Texas,
Nope.
right?
No. They
So
go through
their
Iowa.
goal is just
Do
to
they
take out
down
Iowa.
No,
They
right
just
now
take
their
out
goal
Iowa?
is to take out Iowa. Right now, could they take out Iowa?
Could they make it to Iowa?
Could they go through Iowa? Could they wipe out Iowa?
Could all of New York wipe out Iowa?
New York through Pennsylvania,
If they
Ohio,
have to go
Indiana,
through the
Illinois.
entirety of that, I don't know.
Well,
Because
they get all their allies too.
No, they're
from all those
going.
places.
Yeah, they're stopping in Chicago and then they're going right to Iowa. So yeah, they're gonna go through Iowa.
Okay, Nebraska,
They're gonna lose people, but yeah,
Colorado.
it's like you're gonna get through all of these. You're probably gonna get through. I don't know because I don't
Right,
know.
but
if
I
they
have
make
the
it-
game winner here. I have the game winner.
I don't know if they make it to Chicago, Raven.
Colorado,
No,
honestly.
Listen,
I don't know if they make it to Chicago, Raven.
okay. Well, they make it to Chicago for sure. You're telling me they couldn't take up Pennsylvania, Ohio, and then go to Indiana, and then they get Chicago. They're getting people in Chicago too. That's
They're
a
losing,
re-up.
but by the time you're in Chicago, you're probably gonna have 1 million people from your original force left.
Pennsylvania is actually really populated.
So is Ohio, and Ohio's quality of people.
Okay, well then you get
Higher.
almost 3 mil at Chicago.
Yeah, but then you have 4 mil left to take out. Like,
Half your force.
Okay, but listen,
so you're gonna get through Iowa, and
I
you're gonna
told you
lose
I have the
probably-
game winner.
Okay,
So you think they can make it through Iowa and Nebraska?
if I'm saying realistically, they're gonna have 4 million people left by the time they get through Chicago.
And
But
Okay,
after
but do
Chicago,
they-
they're gonna have 4 mil left. They're gonna lose at least 500,000 in Iowa.
Okay, do they get through Iowa?
Probably yes.
Okay, Nebraska.
Yeah, but again, they're gonna lose a lot of people.
Do they get through Colorado?
Fuck no.
No? Okay, Kansas.
Yeah, but they're going to lose. At this point, what are they at? They're probably at like 2 mil?
Okay, so now they rush through the panhandle of Oklahoma, and now all they got to do is make it to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and nuke the rest of the U.S., and they win.
Okay, that's
Game over. Game over.
You have to make it to New Mexico.
They're not making it through the desert and over
They're
the
not
mountains.
making it to New
That's
Mexico.
what I was
Yeah.
saying. That's what I was saying.
Because then they got it's like realistically
game
at the end of Kansas they have like 1 million people left, if that, and
Yeah,
then they got to walk through the
rush
desert.
Albuquerque.
Okay, but I remember when I was saying this earlier, they had to get to the West Coast or anything past Texas, they have to go north. There's either insanely rough
They don't make it to the desert.
or mountains.
They're legit just starve in the desert. There's
That's right.
nothing there for miles,
I brought this up.
and they're realistically walking.
They are walking for sure.
Yeah, they just die in the desert, dude. They might die in the Midwest. They might die in Iowa because there's nothing out there. They might run out of food out there.
No, they got corn in Iowa. I will say that.
That's true.
They could just pick.
If they're
corn.
They
going
got livestock.
Yeah, okay. But realistically, as soon as they get out of the fucking Midwest where there's food, they will starve.
Going through the panhandle of Oklahoma, you can make it to Albuquerque through the northern half of New Mexico. You have a pretty good shot to Albuquerque.
I don't think they get there though.
You make it to Albuquerque, you can
I don't
nuke
think they make it to
the rest
Albuquerque.
of the
I'm gonna
U.S.
be real with you.
Well, that's the thing. If they're also like crazy and not really going for plans, are they like
Yeah, they're not
planning to go for the nukes?
Well, if their
I'm gonna
entire
entertain
goal is
Raven's
to get
idea
them
because I
to
think it's the
nuke
most interesting conversation piece we've had
people,
on this in like
Albuquerque.
a while.
Well, because we talked about it for an hour.
What's the time at, by the way?
It's been like almost an hour and a half, I think.
Jesus Christ!
Holy shit.
Yeah, we started at 1 a.m. and now it's 2:27.
But to put this to not to put this to bed, but I don't think they make it to Albuquerque. I think realistically, New York does a lot of damage,
I
and
have a little bit of a showstopper here for Raven. If you had anything else, I'll let you say it.
I don't have anything. I'm waiting on you.
All right, but since we're saying the government disappeared, but the bases are still there, you got to assume that the launch codes are still required to shoot off a nuke.
You make a good point.
I don't know if any. I mean, maybe there's like a hacker or something.
I don't know if they could have a really lucky person if they do.
They could manually detonate the nuke. All right, you make a good point. Albuquerque was probably their best bet, and yeah, they don't have the launch codes either.
I think realistically they fuck up and you, like destroy a lot of things though.
I wouldn't put it past New York to have like some mastermind hacker who did.
I agree, but you also have to think how hard is it gonna be to hack the nukes in Albuquerque?
And he's also got to be alive by the time they get there.
Probably one of the most secure computer systems in the world.
Okay. Well, making it alive there, like we can just protect the hacker. I feel like that's not like crazy tough. If this is the strat, then that's not.
If they have strategy, yeah. But like, I'm just assuming he was just another one of the fuckers who's just like rampaging.
But I agree. I don't think that they can get the nuke codes. Best case scenario, they can't hack the nukes in Albuquerque, and that was probably their best bet.
I think they basically just do like a Sherman's march to the sea to like Iowa. Not even probably. They probably get through like. Again, it's like it's the Chicago power up because it's like if they didn't have that power up, I don't think they would go much farther. Because it's like I realistically think they have like 4 million people post Chicago.
If they don't get Chicago, I think they die in Chicago.
Oh, they don't make it out of. They don't. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they need Chicago to win.
So we all agree that New York. Well, I agree now. New York is gonna tear, but I don't think that they can do it.
That's what I'm. No, they wouldn't do it. I'm not saying that they couldn't fuck up the United States. I know they could tear a pretty big hole. I just don't think that they could win.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to remember, if we're talking about the United States, they somehow have to get to Hawaii and Alaska, unless we're just talking about 48.
You're right.
That's a contiguous.
Let's just go lower 40. Yeah. Let's just talk lower 48.
Okay.
What do you mean? Let's talk that it's already over.
I was gonna say yeah. We should probably wrap up.
Well, but okay, just to tickle the idea. All right, how likely? Just to let's make this quick because it's an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Just to tickle the idea, what do you think the odds are that New York could take a ship, go to Europe, and then tell them that they were refugees and that America has gone to hell, and that they need to take America down right now. How likely do you think that New York could start World War III?
How likely are they to start it? Not likely. But like, if they
New York,
realistically
people
got the
believe
help,
it.
it'd be insane.
I don't know. Europe's kind of soft.
What part of Europe they go into? It's all circumstantial.
If we're talking any country, like they can go to any country that they want, except for like North Korea, because they're not even going to let them in.
Yeah.
Like,
if they go to
obvious
China,
ones
it's
that they
pretty
can't.
likely.
China,
China's just looking for an excuse.
Russia.
Russia's kind of Russia-U.S. tensions have died down a lot.
Yeah,
No, but don't tell me Russia wouldn't rush in.
I will say that
if they get Russia and China, it's probably donezo.
No, they just get Germany because Germany's going for part 3 too.
Dude, Germany's a fucking soy country now.
They are so soy.
I will say though, in order to get Russia and China, the best way to get there through the Atlantic would be under Africa. The chances of them making it through that is not likely. Otherwise, they go up, and that's freezing. They can't get through that entire part of Russia.
Unless they could get through the Panama Canal or go like
south
under South America.
Yeah, I don't think it's lucky that they get to Russia or China. I feel like they'd have to get to the Pacific in order to get Russia or China.
Their best bet is going right to Europe.
Yeah, you're right.
They could go into like some Slavic state.
They might be able to get African people.
Maybe, or maybe they could go through to the Middle East.
Yeah, I was gonna say they just get Middle East because half the people there hate us.
The Middle East is like it's got this issue of being so top heavy.
Yeah,
because like you get the oil countries, like the wealthy oil countries, and then it's like just like nothing.
Well, the thing is though, all they need is for because I think that the big thing here is publicity. So if they can go if they can go to the Middle East can try to turn it in a way that it's like, okay, we need to take down the US right now. Then they can try to get Europe on their side. I don't know how likely it is that the Middle East gets Europe, but they could probably go for Russia and China, in which case it might be over.
Some European countries are going to be way more like I don't think Britain does anything.
No, Churchill's dead. They can't.
France doesn't do shit.
France would anyone EU do anything.
Yeah, the only country that you're going to get to like actually maybe do anything
France will do something.
Who?
France?
A white flag.
They'll surrender.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't think anyone in the EU actually does anything. Like I think they'll do what the EU does, and they'll give like public support, but they won't do anything about it. They're not going to like send troops or anything.
Yeah. So I think New York's best bet to take out the US would be to go to the Middle East and try to get the Middle East to get Russia to take us out.
If they can get to China and Russia, they win.
Mm-hmm. Right, but that's why they go to the Middle East, because the Middle East has those connections to Russia.
Yeah, no, you get like the Afghanistan people to like Russia.
Well, you go to the oil, and you get the oil countries to do it. The oil countries kind of fucking wave the big stick nowadays.
Well, that's genius actually. If they can get the oil countries against the US, they can make the US so hard to operate, and then they can just wipe them out.
They just go right into like Iran.
The US will actually be the US might not be that bad because we still have a lot of oil.
It wouldn't be awful, but it would be a lot more expensive to operate. It would be tough, especially if
we went into a wartime economy. It would be so tough.
For sure. If the Middle East could get Russia, I think it would be over. The US.
And if we get Russia, then I'm pretty sure Venezuela would hop on their back.
Yeah.
And they're a big
most of the fucking South American countries would jump.
Argentina.
But America probably gets the banana republics because they fucking own them, basically.
Yeah.
All right. So we all agree that New York's best bet to take out America is to go to the Middle East.
Yeah, it's to go to the oil. It's the U.S. and oil. What do you mean? That's of course their best bet.
I do have a little question for I guess the viewers to think on, because I don't think we should sit here and debate it, because I think
probably not.
But which hemisphere do you think could win in a war, excluding like nuclear bombs or some shit? Because obviously
the
America,
northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere, or eastern or western?
Eastern and western. If you had the entirety of the western versus the entirety of the east.
Okay, is eastern including China?
We're leaving their answers in the comment section below, Pierce.
Oh, okay. But we should clarify. Is this like North and South America versus Africa, Eurasia?
So I'm telling you,
I'd say North, South, and Europe.
If you look on a map that shows the hemispheres, you just split it right in half, right in the middle of the Atlantic, and
so it's the Americas versus Africa, Eurasia, correct? Sure,
yeah, but we'll include Greenland in America because
okay, that's fair.
All right.
I mean, that doesn't do
Yeah.
much, but
Oh
yeah.
wait, is Australia included in America? That's important.
No.
Okay.
I'll say sure
All right.
because Russia's big, but
All right.
there. All right.
So that was Till I Perish podcast, New York versus everybody. Who wants to do the outro?
Are we saying like everybody's name?
Well, Adam did the outro last time, so I think it's only fair that someone else gets to do the
I
outro.
can do it, but do you want me to like give out a Twitch stuff like that?
If you want, you can just kind of freestyle the outro.
Freestyle. Okay. Well,
Yeah, go ahead, Teagen.
like you said, this was the Till I Perish podcast, season 1, episode 2, New York versus everybody. I've been Teagen or official_Wudong on Twitch. We got Raven over here, Vastiku on twitch.tv. We got C-Nut over here.
CNUT.jpg.
Yeah, I was gonna all right.
Lolly
And then
Twitter.
finally, exactly. And we got Cool Kid 35_ on twitch.tv.
Remember, that's cool. KOOL.
Adam, this is
KID.
Teagen's turn for the outro.
I was gonna say, this is gonna be a
See you,
thing.
bitches. Have a good one.
Everybody have a nice night or day.
Yeah.
And or day.
Unless Jacob can have a great day.
Have a great day, King.
Oh my god, I messed
Craig.
up. Dude, I messed up the thing. Craig's not leaving.
Craig, go.
No, technical difficulty.